Clementine. You've got people that need you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, 5 theories are left. I will do 4 more after this video up until Sunday, and we'll be ending theories Sunday. Discussion stream will be Sunday as well. My last discussion stream before episode 3 comes out on Tuesday. No uploads or no streams on Monday. I want to make sure when we go into Tuesday that I am spoiler free in terms of, because I know people might get the episode early because of the time zones and stuff. So I'm going to be avoiding YouTube and Twitter and all that for episode 3 so I can go into it with a fresh mindset. So my death predictions for episode 3 is what we're starting with. There will be a straw polling down below in the description for the next video. I recommend we don't have that many more theories left, guys, so please leave some suggestions down below and make sure to go vote down below for some of mine. So I want to thank you all so much for the support you guys have shown on the breakdown, reaction, and trailer upload that I did this week. This is not much time left, guys, so do me a favor, make sure you smack a like, hit that sub, let's go 1,500 likes, and leave me down below your list of characters that you think will die. Before I start, my death prediction list, I'm going to lay out the characters I think that will survive and will be non-determinate. So, let's get straight into it. These are all the known characters that will be in episode 3 Broken Toys, other than maybe, new characters and returning characters, which I can't predict or know. So, we're only going to talk about the characters we know. So, Lee Everett, cross him out because he's going to probably be in a flashback dream and Lee's already been dead for so long now. But here's the characters I think that are going to survive, be non-determinate. Clementine, Alvin Jr., Lily, Violet, Lewis, Tennessee, and most likely Ruby and Willie and Minerva. The rest of the characters, we're going to be taking a deep look into the rest of these people because I think there's a chance they could die. So, let me know out of these characters who you think is going to die. So let's get straight into the death predictions. So firstly, we're going to be discussing Abel. And I do believe Abel is going to die, but he's going to be a determinate character. Meaning, it's been confirmed we are going to have determinate characters in episodes 3 and 4, which we haven't had in episodes 1 and 2, and I think Abel will be our first character that can, live or die based on choices. I do think it is going to be a determinate choice to whether keep him alive or not after the interrogation in episode 3, because the interrogation looks intense as hell, and I think once Abel tells us, where the Delta is, we're going to have that option to either kill him or leave him prisoner, which I hope to see. And maybe there's a chance he could be even just killed off. What if AJ gets in a fit of rage and just shoots him in the head? I don't know. I personally do think Abel, though, is going to be a determinate character. It's going to be player choice. So, let's move on to our next character. Let me know what you think of Abel down below in the comments. I think this one is very interesting. James. Now, we know going into episode 3, there's going to probably be some kind of major character death. And I think, even though people may not consider James a major character, I think James could potentially die. If I had to put money on it right now, I do think James is either going to be, I think he's going to die. I think James is going to die. I think they're going to shock the hell of us. I think James, after all he's going to be doing in episode 3 to save us, get us into the Delta, he's going to either sacrifice himself or he's going to have a sad as hell death. I think it's Telltale / Skybound is, they're going to break us. And this would be a death that would, I think it'd make me sad. Because I think James is a very good character. And especially if we get a lot of time with him in episode 3, which it looks like from the trailer and screenshots we've gotten, I think killing off James would be perfect for them to get the shock value at a high. Make people feel a little bit emotional. Because a lot of people like James. So, I hope James doesn't die, but I think he is going to for shock value. So, hope I'm wrong. So next I'm going to be talking about a sim. Now I think one of the people that got taken by the Delta out of Omar, Asim, and Lewis / Violet will die. Now I think Lewis and Violet are too central to the story to die in episode 3, so I think it's going to come down to Asim and Omar. And again, they haven't given a lot of damns about Omar, and that makes me worry about him, but I think Asim is going to die in episode 3. I think they're going to kill him off, and Omar is going to have some kind of major role, I think, in either episode 3 or 4. But yeah, I do think a Sim, because we didn't get to see a Sim or Omar in the trailer, and that gives me a big worrisome, thought in my head that maybe they die prior or one of them gets to die. So if I had to choose right now, in my opinion, just out of pure thought, not of who I prefer, I think a Sim's gonna die, and I think Omar is going to survive / be a determinate character. So we're not gonna really go in depth into Omar, because I think Omar really, his character needs to get a little more expanded upon before I can really start to talk about him majorly. But yes, a Sim dead, Omar determinate / alive. So the next character I'm going to be discussing is Willie, and I think Willie is going to either be determinate or alive. Now, the possibility of him dying, I think, is because we didn't see him in the entire episode 3 trailer. We only have one screenshot, and that is him and 10 fighting. And there's also a screenshot of him in the woods, and we don't end up seeing him the rest of the trailer, and that makes me very nervous that I think Willie could end up dying in this episode. And I think it's going to be a determinate choice. I think we're going to have at least 2 determinate characters. I think it's going to be Abel and Willie. And I hope Willie survives, because again, Willie's another character that I would love to see alive, but I just think, he's another character I think we'd all be emotional if he died, because he's a little young. And I think someone in the Delta is definitely going to die other than Abel, and I think that's going to be Solene. She ends up being the girl in episode 2 that kind of freaks out when the one dude dies. I think, yeah, we're going to end up probably killing at least 1 or 2 Delta people. I don't really know any other people in the Delta other than Solene, Lily, and Minerva, but I think Solene is going to die in episode 3, probably from either, an attack, or maybe she gets in some kind of fight, or maybe even Lily kills her. Who knows what's going to happen, but I think she's going to be dead. And let me move on to one more character. And the last character I think that could die is Rosie the dog. Now, I don't personally think Rosie is going to die in episode 3, but we have not seen Rosie in any screenshots, any trailer. They've kept Rosie's story completely a mystery. And there's an achievement called Good Girl with Rosie, so I'm interested to see there's no achievement with Rosie in episode 4, so that brings up a lot of intrigue as if Rosie is going to make it or not at the end of episode 3. Again, if I had to put money on it right now, I'm going to bet that Rosie's going to survive. I think she's going to be left at the Delta, because left at the boarding school. I don't think there'd be any reason for us to take her to the Delta, and I think, she's going to be watching Abel, or who knows what's going to be going on with that, but I think Rosie the dog will survive. Now, let me lay out a couple mysteries here that, again, these are a couple mystery people I think, again, that I didn't mention that I thought could survive that could be dead. These are people that I think, despite me not mentioning them mainly as someone I think is going to die or be determinate, that they could die. 10 would be the first one I would discuss. He is a wild card. But with the backstory with him and his sisters, and I think his innocence, I think he's going to be, making it to about the end of episode 4. Who knows if he'll die in episode 4. We've got Clementine, but not dying, but potentially getting bitten at the end of episode 3, which will end up leading to her death in episode 4. I think that is a possibility. I don't think that is necessarily going to happen. We also have the scenario of Lewis or Violet. Again, person you pick versus person you don't pick. One of them could die. It is very possible that we could have that scenario where, again, the person that you constantly have ignored could either betray us or end up, dying determinately. That is an honest wild card there as well. And then probably another one would end up being probably Minerva. Despite us even meeting her, maybe things go bad and Minerva ends up dying or something. Or maybe even Sophie. We run into Sophie at the end of episode 3 or something. She ends up being alive and then she dies. I think that's an honest possibility. So these have been my death predictions for The Walking Dead Final Season's episode 3, Broken Toys. Again, I probably think there's going to be 3 or 4, 2 to 4 deaths in total in this episode. And I'm going to say right now, this is my list. I've got Abel determinate, I've got Willie determinate, I got Solene dying, and I have a Sim dying. So that is my list. I hope I'm somehow near right, but I hope some of these people don't end up dying. Let me know your list down below in the comments. And again, guys, Make sure to vote down in the description. Make sure you smack a like and subscribe if you enjoyed, guys. And I will catch y'all in the next Walking Dead video. We are 6 days away from episode 3, Broken Toys. So the hype continues to build on, guys. And we will catch y'all for tomorrow's video. Make sure to go vote so I can get it out quick. So, peace.
Oh, you feel that you should run. Where are you to hide in the water?